Welcome to the Redvee TV show, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2025 season. Kevin, it's Good Friday tomorrow, or today if you're watching this tomorrow. Um, Excited?
Excited, a little nervous, but yeah, it's usually a good day for us. We usually have a good day and try and not let any adverse results get in the way should they come to us.
Adverse results, Kevin. We're not having one of them. Just before we go on, obviously I missed the Wakefield game last week because I was with Redvee Junior at Charity Sleep Out. I just want to say, or Evie wants to say, a big thank you to Mark Williamson, David Rigby, Barry Evans, Mark Brotherston, David without a surname, David Hall, Adam Bold, Mike Webster, David Martin, Lynn. I think all people who watch Redvee who donated to her fundraising efforts. I think she's raised in total a grand total of about 380 odd quid, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much. There's just no way of liking them on the actual Just Giving page, but really appreciated. And I'm sure that the charity will spend that money wisely.
Yeah, good stuff, great stuff.
Other
Well
thing,
done.
Kevin, I'm going to give a shout out to Stone Tyres in town
Yeah,
on College Street, who have just sorted out a puncher for me at 5 p.m. on Thursday before Easter. Sourcing a tyre, fitting it, going above and beyond their Call of Duty when it would have been so easy to tell us to go away at that time of night. Um, Unbelievable service. If you need tyres, I think there's now only one place in St Helens that you can go. Awesome stuff from John and the team there.
yeah, excellent. Good
And
to
that
hear
is and that is not a paid advertisement. It's
you.
a genuine customer review, that Kevin.
Yeah, good to hear. So, hear a lot of things about Stone Tires. A lot of good things. I'll hasten to add. So it's good to see that they're backing it up.
And it also means that you are now still getting picked up in the morning.
Yes, that'll do. So thank you very much to Stone Tires for that.
Right, we'll get straight into the teams, Kevin, because
Yes,
that's
why not?
all that we want to talk about. Squad news.
Yeah, so squad news for Saints. Three in Matt Percival, Daryl Clark, and Ben Davis come in with James Bell and Harry Robertson missing out. James Bell expected to miss about 6 weeks due to his injury.
So the big decision, Kev, is does George Whitby stay in the team?
Well, on the instant reaction, me and Smudge, I asked him, well, I said to him, you can't change it, can you? Kind of a loaded question, I know that. But I get the arguments for putting an older, steady head back into the team. But for me, we looked better for a good period of that game before I think the whole team kind of put the queue on the rack in the last 30 minutes. Um, I think you've got to stick with it and see how he goes. It then, if we did end up losing, it then gives you the right to change your team again. But I think if you change it and lose, um, it almost the clamour for George Whitby then would be absolutely immense. It'd be bigger than anything we've heard for all that coming through the academy.
Yeah, I think I called it the other week, didn't I? I said if you put George Whitby in the team and you beat Wakefield, and then you were to take him out of the team to put Johnny back in for Wigan and we lose, the knives would be out for Wello.
Yeah, I think that's about right as well. Um, and he did well. I think his pack just needs to make sure that it's a massive ask on Friday. His pack needs to make sure they're giving him a platform and an 80-minute platform to do things. And we've got to expect mistakes from a young lad because he's coming through and playing what is his fourth senior game, and admittedly one of them was against West Hull. You've got to expect some mistakes, but I think his kicking game was varied enough that we saw positive signs that we hadn't seen for quite some time. I always go back to the fact that our kickers have always tried putting it in the corner. Percentage plays, keep them down there and back your defence to either cause an error or not allow them to make yards. It was a little bit different on Friday night. And as I said, on the instant reaction, it wasn't necessarily a very good Wakefield outfit for that first 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah, I think you've just got to roll the dice. Listen, you can go with the best Saints team ever and still lose away at Wigan. It's a
Well,
derby, anything can happen. So we've had a big enough sample size with Sailor and Lomax and halves to think after 7 8 games, it's just not clicking, not working. So just run with it, go with something different, and see if you can change the fortunes. Because if we win, we could well finish tomorrow in second place.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm going to go on record and say I don't think we will win
I
at
don't.
all. Um, but yeah, you've got to roll the dice. You've got to. The players will be going into it thinking they can win the game. They've got to be going into it. We're allowed that luxury of being able to kind of take ourselves out of it and think, I don't know. I'm not going to say be realistic, but just have a look at how we've been playing over the past couple of weeks and think from the outside of the camp, it doesn't look like we're good enough at the moment to go to Wigan and get that result. We always tend to chat about the time that Wigan put all the kids out and somehow beat us on Good Friday. Um, Hopefully we can do something, but it is hope. It's not expectation in the slightest. I don't even think there's scope for sometimes when we like having a little bit of a dig and a little bit of a jibe. I don't think there's room for that in this one because I don't think it's going to happen.
I've been looking for the balaclava.
Yeah,
No, Wigan have got a few missing as well, though, haven't they?
they have, yeah, but their only change to that squad is Taylor Kerr in for Harvey Makin, who's gone out on loan to Salford. Um, they might have a couple missing, but that's still a very fine team that they can put out.
Luke Thompson, big miss though.
He is a big miss, he is, but they've got players like Cade Ellis who on social media, couple of I do follow a couple of Wigan fans on there, and they're saying how much he's kind of changed his game recently. He's just signed a new 4 year deal, and how much he's kind of come on in the past couple of years and looks a real player for him. So while they are going to miss the likes of Luke Thompson in the front row, they've got more than enough strike in the forwards, and I think that's where the battle's won and lost. If we can give our backs anything like even 70 minutes of a front foot pack performance, we'll give ourselves a chance. The issue is this season, can you hand on heart say that our team has played for 80 minutes, like non-stop, against a true Super League test? Arguably Wakefield away. I don't think that's that much of a test. And this one's going to be huge. I don't. I know you tend to ask me for a prediction on this as well. Could be anything, and I'm not saying absolutely wipe out score. I'm saying it could be that we're in it for quite some time, and then they get a couple of tries and just go away. It could be that we're out of it by half time.
26-10.
Is that what you're going for?
Listen, if we play for 80 minutes,
30-10 then.
if Saints can put an 80-minute performance in and get 18 points on the board, they give themselves a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. But the issue is what we can't do is what we've done in games this season where we've rocked up for the first 10 minutes, looked brilliant, and not taken chances.
Yeah.
You can't do that against a team like Wigan. You've got to turn up, you've got to play, and you've got to keep that intensity up. So we need to be proactive with our substitutions. So, I mean, I've done it. I can see the team being something similar to last week. Maybe hopefully Darrell Clark's fit because he gives you that bit of zip from 9. But I can almost see Moses having to switch in at 13. Maybe Darrell Clark playing at 13. But we need to be proactive with them instead of letting lads starting to look like they're getting tired. Bring them off and get a fresh body on there, and really, really kind of keep that intensity up for as long as we can.
Is there any place in the 17 tomorrow for you for Johnny Lomax if Whitby's in the team?
Potentially a bench option, but I'm not entirely sure we'll go with that.
No.
I can see with our worries around, right, it's only Lewis Murphy's second game back. Percy he's coming back from a head knock. I know he's passed everything, but the worry there that if he only needs one hit and he's past the thing he's back out again. I can almost see us just erring on the side of caution because usually I think Moses on the bench and Matt Whitley give you that cover. We're already down to them starting,
Yeah.
so I can see. I think Dale Sambu, it was vindicated in being on the bench last week. Um, I can almost see that happening again.
Okay. Do you want to give us a prediction?
Um, in our competition that we've done, I've done Wigan by 20, and yeah, I hope I'm wrong, and it's Saints by a couple, but no, I just don't see it.
I hope it's Saints by 20.
Yeah, I hope it's Saints by 20.
Can't see
I'll,
it though.
I'll no, I'd take Saints by one, but yeah, I just can't see it. Unfortunately, I don't think our performances over the start of this year have um, have put the confidence in me to go around now predicting us beating Wigan at their
What
place.
what we can't have tomorrow is absolute meltdown when we don't get the results when we're not expected to in the first place. And you can argue, well, that's a defeatist attitude and we shouldn't be like that, but let's be realistic at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of naught in however many it is results against the top six. Was it the top six from last year or
Yeah.
top five?
None in 14, innit?
Yeah, we'll see a lot of that going about. But this is one that I'm not expecting that we can get a result out of. As I say, it's more in hope than anything else.
If I wants to give a resounding pep talk before they go out on the field tomorrow, I'd be sitting them down saying, lads, look at your teammates in the face, battle hard for them, go that extra mile, and don't get nilled.
Yes, yeah, that's the main one. Don't
Take the
get
two
nil.
on offer 2 minutes in.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't forget
absolutely.
to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow for what is likely to be the week. Catch you soon.